When you think of self-improvement, you think of waking up early, going to the gym, making $1 million, selling e-courses and programs. Yet there's a whole nother dimension of self-improvement that nobody talks about.
For the longest time, I wanted to be a Hamza copycat. But the difference between me and Hamza is the fact that I preach something called spiritual self-improvement. Hamza kind of makes fun of these guys because people over-spiritualize and basically don't want to do the discipline. They don't want to do the hard work. They don't want to get in the trenches, get their feet a little dirty. Self-improvement is inherently spiritual. Everything we do has a spiritual consequence. So when we meditate, when we journal, when we exercise, we are doing something spiritual to ourselves by extension. So when we do something physical that is good for us, something mental that is good for us, it affects us spiritually. That's just how it is. So 3 years ago, I got on self-improvement. About 2 years ago, I discovered the spiritual side. When I was at my lowest moment, I was on self-improvement, but I just felt so empty inside. I just became homeless and I was living in my car, and it was so difficult because I was alone. I had nobody. I was all alone. Even though I was doing the habits, I was working out every single day. I was making strength gains. I mean, I had bigger biceps than this, and yet I just was not happy. I was not mentally healthy, and it was affecting other people as well as myself. Something I realized is that I was just empty inside, and I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe in Jesus. I was going to church for about a year with my best friend, and I didn't believe in it. I just couldn't understand it. How could a human be God? How could any of this make sense? And yet, in my lowest moment, because I've been going to church for a year, I was like, okay, this is my last chance. I'm gonna cry out to Jesus, and if he is real, then I'll keep on going. But if nothing comes from this, then I quit. I give up. Instantly, I cried out to Jesus Christ, and something just came over me. In an instant, I felt the biggest rush of peace, love, joy, contentment, and it felt so pure. Like it felt like a pure energy, something I've never felt before. For the first time, I felt a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning. I felt spiritual, existential peace. I felt like I was loved by something so much bigger than me. I've literally felt joy and curiosity for the first time since I was a kid, if not even more so. I would look at the squirrels, I'd look at bugs, I'd look at trees and nature and the sky and sunsets, and I would literally cry. My life just changed forever. Everything just looked so beautiful. Everything looked so vibrant. My life got so dark and mundane and dull, and all of a sudden my life just got so bright and beautiful and joyful and peaceful. There's no reason for me to be a Christian. There's no reason for me to follow Jesus or believe in Jesus or believe in any of this. There's literally no reason for me to be here right now. This spiritual, fulfilling life, peaceful life is possible for you, and it's not even just about you. It's about other people, your family, your friends, your future wife, your future kids. Don't you want to have this peaceful aura to yourself for them, let alone yourself? Don't you want to feel happy again? Don't you want to actually enjoy life again and feel like a kid again? Isn't that what you want deep down? Isn't that what you want? To lose the external validation, not care what other people think, and just be true to yourself, but also just be at peace, to have joy again. That is where I was at when I gave my life to Jesus, when I just cried out to Jesus Christ. I just felt it all at once, and it stayed that way for a while. And as I've kind of started doing the bad habits and kind of messing my life up, and then I moved away and met my wife, and then I completely just fell off the self-improvement habits, and my life got dark again. I'm not gonna lie, it did. The thing is, self-improvement is tied to God. When you self-improve, when you do the good habits, you're getting yourself closer to God. Now, of course, praying and talking to God also gets you closer to God, and that's also important. That's literally a part of the self-improvement habits. It's the spiritual side of the self-improvement habits, which is important. But it's not just the relationship with God. It's not just prayer, reading the Bible, worship. It's also like everything else. Improving your attention span, meditating, overcoming external validation, becoming internally motivated, exercising, pushing your body, discipline. These are all things that are godly virtues and things that when you improve on and embark on this self-improvement journey, you're getting yourself closer to the spiritual side of things. That's why, Hamza, for example, his habits, the things he preaches, his lifestyle is somewhat spiritual because he's doing God's will in some extent without actually following God. That's why self-improvement is so beneficial. But for me, I still felt so empty inside. I still felt so like I was missing something. So I don't want to be a Hamza copycat. That's not my goal. My goal with this channel is to preach spiritual self-improvement. I really think your life will reach a level you would never expect when you truly follow God and also follow God's will. Have a relationship with God, spiritual side of things, but then also do the habits that get you closer to God. I truly believe when we have that approach, the godly approach, not just the self-improvement identity, but our identity in God and then self-improving because of that, I truly think that is the meaning, that is the purpose, that is ultimate fulfillment, that is the ultimate self-improvement journey, higher than any other self-improvement journey you could have. That is peak peace, peak love, peak joy, peak contentment, peak just life quality, life experience. I want that for you. I want that peace, that like level of life for you. I want it for myself too. That's why I'm on this journey, and that's why I make videos of me on self-improvement, trying to like commit to the habits again. I'm not the most qualified person, I'll be honest. I've been in a rut for over 2 years now and just now getting back on track. But when it comes to the spiritual self-improvement, nobody's talking about this. Nobody's actually connecting the dots and sharing it with the world, not telling lies, praying, reading the Bible. These things actually get you closer to God. And because God is the center of good, objective good, that's self-improvement. You're improving yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually by doing that. It's not just meditation. It's not just the workouts. It's not just the discipline, which, don't get me wrong, we need to emphasize that. That's the thing. Nobody emphasizes both. All the Christians emphasize the spirituality, but don't emphasize the discipline, the hard work, the self-improvement habits. And then the self-improvement guys don't emphasize the spiritual. So there's both sides to it. And I am here trying to preach both sides to you guys and share with you guys that both of the sides matter. Spiritual self-improvement is very important. And I really do think that that's the next thing that you should embark on. And that's what this channel is for, kind of discussing what that is exactly and all the little things that I'm going through. So on this channel, you can kind of expect me talking about the self-improvement habits and topics that I already kind of know about. I'm going to teach those things and tell you guys those things and like things that have worked for me and things I've gone through. But then also the things I am going through now, currently, and the things I am experiencing and learning now. It's like we're on a self-improvement journey together. It's kind of like we're doing this together. We're not just me over here as a teacher telling you guys what's going on, like what you guys need to do, and yelling at you guys like a drill sergeant. It's not just that, but also I'm doing it with you guys. I love you all. Hope this video helped you. If it did, please consider subscribing and joining my Discord, linked in the description below. See you all sometime soon. Goodbye.